Do. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Hey guys, I I totally just tried to do a live stream Q&A and it didn't work out. My first I couldn't connect the camera and it didn't like that. And I couldn't even go in my settings and turn it on manually. And then I tried a second and a third time, and it wouldn't even let me on. I just kept getting the spinning beach ball of death. So we're gonna get you going with a video today, and I'm just gonna go over a few of my talking points. No one contributed any questions. I asked for questions, but that's okay because I have plenty to talk about. This has been my project for 4 years, so I can talk about anything. First of all, there's gonna be a change coming with the show, and I'm not quite sure what that looks like yet, but I do know a couple of things. I want to integrate more comedy into it. I noticed that a lot of the things that I watch online and I keep coming back to have some elements of comedy in them, and I tried to do that with the show early on with the special episodes like the Halloween episodes and things like that, and they just didn't get watched. So I think I kind of attracted the wrong audience for that. But I also kind of think I've attracted the wrong audience for what I do, because my analytics show me that every single video I put out loses subscribers. And I believe that that's because the farmer's cheese video, the what to do with expired milk video, it went viral, and then it attracted a lot of homesteaders, which is a good thing. I sort of, my practice sort of exists on the fringe of that, and it is something that I want to do once I get out of an apartment, once I once I have more options. But it also attracted, I noticed that it attracted sort of a prepper crowd. And do what you will. I really do believe in being prepared for an emergency and having food stores and all that. But this is a cooking show, and I don't think that my normal standard stuff really jives with these people. And you're welcome to stick around. Like, I wouldn't have gotten where I am today without you, so I'm extremely grateful. But I don't think that a lot of people that were interested in this cheese video for various reasons are clicking on my other videos, and when things come up, like what did I recently do, like a banana split, I think they go, this isn't for me. So I'm restructuring and rebranding, which is kind of hard to do because the algorithm and the analytics are going to be all over the place for a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to be restructuring and rebranding on this show, or if I'm going to start something new. If I'm going to start a new channel. It makes sense to me to start something new because there's so much data like backlogged on this channel that we're gonna have like painful like growing pangs, right? So what do I want in this new show? Well, it's gonna be more lighthearted and goofy. It's definitely gonna be more PG-13. What I wanted with this show, with Self-Serving Skillet, I wanted so desperately for it to be TV, and it's not. It's absolutely not TV. What I wanted was a family-friendly show that could just be on, like I remember, when I was a kid, all the PBS cooking shows and whatnot. They always had some cooking guy like on the news that was happening. There was a lot of cooking show stuff going on, and it was always appropriate for the kids that were running around that weren't really paying attention anyway. And that's really why I decided to do the Saturday mornings instead. The Saturday morning release time, or drop time, as I'm a boomer in a millennial's body, right? None of these things really existed to me before doing this. About 70% of my tech knowledge came from needing to be able to prepare this YouTube channel, right? Needing to be able to get all of my ducks in a row enough to get online, and here I am talking to you on video because I couldn't get online. I want to take a minute to thank all of my Patreon subscribers. I have John and James McCann at the quail egg level. They get all of the content ad-free on Patreon. I'd like to thank, at the chicken egg level, I also have Linda Kent in that quail egg level as well. On the chicken egg level, they get everything ad-free and a day early. New Patreon member, Lucy Markey. And then I have Judith, Acro, and Anthony and Kathy Ramirez. Have been big supporters of the show since the beginning. Thank you all so very much. Duck egg level, I do an extra piece of content every month that I call the Duck Egg Show. And people at the Duck Egg level and above get that, as well as everything listed before. Well, Corey Sivo, thank you. Aaron Hess and Susan B., thank you so much. And my one ostrich egg subscriber, I'll talk about what was the plan for that in a minute. Kat Reed, my mom, thank you so very much. I love you. So the plan for the ostrich egg and the goose egg, which never really did anything because I couldn't do anything with it. What I wanted to do was an online cooking class, and we would do it over Zoom, and I would clean up the footage and I would send it to you, and we would do that once a month for both levels. So really the ostrich egg would be getting two of those, one public and one private, one just for them. What happened is that I got really big really fast. And the first month that I was monetized on YouTube, I made about twice what I need per month to survive, which was great. I was flying high, and I was like, man, I can do this full time, and I did. I quit my job, which I hated. It was not for me, but I was kind of in there because it was a good amount of money, right? And it was doing something I was good at, and but the atmosphere just choked the life out of me. I was at a wine bar in the airport. I worked in the airport, and I just hated it. It was horrible. So then analytics started going down a little bit, and the second month that I was monetized, I made almost what I needed that month, which was still cool because I still had double from the last month. But then the next month I made like $1,000, and the next month I made like $500. So I'm sitting here about a year and a half later, and I'm able to like pay my electric bill with the money I get from YouTube. Which just really, again, speaks to me that everything was from this one viral video, and it didn't attract people that came back. Some of you did. There are about 400 of you that consistently come back, but we're at 80,000 subscribers, so 300 out of 80,000 is not that much. So I'd like those numbers to be pushed a little bit closer together. We're never going to get 100%. We're probably never even going to get like 25%, but I'd like, 15, 20% would be cool. So here are my thoughts. Here is what I'm going to do over the next month or so. Next week, I have a very special episode coming out honoring my grandfather who passed last month. I'm going to be making one of his favorite meals, which is also one of my favorite meals. I've been practicing it kind of a lot. We've been eating a lot of it. So I have that coming out. I also have a few more ideas for just clarifying things that I like. That milk video gets so many questions, and I can clear a couple of them up right here. You don't need to wait till your milk goes bad. Like, you can do that anytime. You also don't need 2 gallons of milk. I use 2 gallons of milk. Usually I use just the bottom, like, cup or pint that's in the milk jug, so I can buy a new milk jug, right? And I don't know, that video is wildly misunderstood. So I might do a clarifying video on that, and I might do. I have a couple more that I really wanted to do in the format of the existing self-serving skillet show. And then it's going to start to change slightly. You probably noticed that the thumbnails have been getting goofier and goofier. And honestly, the thumbnails that I like the best, nobody's been clicking on. So I don't know quite what's going on there. But I have a pretty good idea. And then eventually I'm going to take a break. Here's my conundrum, is that last year, or so 2023, so not quite last year yet, but about a calendar year ago, 2023, January, February, March were the best months for this show out of the entire 2023, and actually the last half of 2022 as well. So am I really cheating myself by making a change right now, or should I just do the things that I have planned throughout January, February, and make a change a little bit later? I don't know, but eventually I am going to take a break. I don't know how long that break is going to last. It could last a few weeks. It could last a month. But rest assured, during that break, I'm going to be doing a couple things. I'm going to be firming up my idea for what I'm going to do with the show, what I want my show to become. I'm probably going to be cleaning up the thumbnails on Self-Serving Skillet, because right now there's 3 different versions of thumbnails, and I want it to be a little more consistent than that. And once I get it nailed down exactly what I want to do and how I want that to look, I'll be shooting content and making sort of a backlog of things so that I don't get backed up. I mentioned the sliding scale of the money going down. So about 3 weeks or 3 months after I quit the airport job, which I hated, I went back to work. And now I'm working full time, and I don't have a lot of time. You probably noticed that there was a show called Technique Tuesday in the early days of the show being monetized, and I think that ran for 15 episodes, and I really wanted it to be a part of everything, but I just couldn't keep up with it when I needed to go back to work. And I also had a cat that got really sick that we ended up needing to put down, and that was pretty hard. So everything altogether, I had to cut back to just the Self-Serving Skillet show. I think that's it. Upload schedule might get a little wonky in the upcoming weeks. I might, if I don't truly want to take a break, I might cut back to every other week until I figure some stuff out. I really appreciate all of you, and I will be fulfilling my Patreon commitments to to the duck egg level with the extra show, and I may occasionally post things for the lower levels as well, because you are still supporting the show and myself, and I'm grateful to you. Get in the kitchen, guys. Make yourself something amazing. Let your hunger be your inspiration, and I will see you in a week.